Hey everyone, Mah-Dry-Bread here and welcome to the weekly vlog. I have a hell of an Ubisoft story to tell you this week with Uplay. Oh my god, the shit I've had to go through this week with them. But before we get into Ubisoft, I want to give you the results of the uploading at 3 PM experiment I've been doing. So basically the experiment is, for years I'd always upload my first video in the day at 8 AM Eastern Time. I decided to do something drastically different and upload them all at 3 PM Eastern Time for this entire week, or rather the previous entire week, to see what the difference was. The results of the experiment were actually really interesting. The view count by the end of the day, or rather the morning of the next day, would be basically the same whether I uploaded at 8 AM or 3 PM. The main difference that I can notice without analytics being up to date on all of them yet is just that different people commented on them, which makes me think, you know, same amount of people saw them, but it was mostly different people seeing them. And to that I have a question for all of you who regularly watch basically everything I do. Did you find it difficult at all to watch my videos this week? Were you having troubles finding them? Did you not see them this week? Because I'm curious, because, you know, same view count, but how many of those viewers are someone else, considering there are all these comments from people who don't normally comment? Do you prefer them uploading at the time that they uploaded the previous week? Let me know in the comments section. And for this week's experiment, I'm actually going to be uploading them at 1 PM instead of 3 PM, so I'm rolling it back a few hours. I'm going to kind of mess around from week to week. You know, I've done the whole 8 AM thing for so many years, and, you know, 12 noon if I had a second video. I've just done that routine for so many years. I'm wondering now if maybe there's something better that would get the videos out to you guys better. But of course, if you want to make sure that you don't miss any videos, then just go next to the subscribe button here on YouTube and hit that little bell and check off the thing for it to actually send you notifications of all my videos. That's pretty much the best way you can keep up on whenever I upload. Second, by the way, because I put up my Sonic Adventure 2 battle playthrough. That started today. Third episode is coming out later today. I've got a few videos coming out today. I have Dr. Robotnik gloves now. Yeah, these are actually sent to me in Loot Crate. I get Loot Crate for free because I'm one of the people who, like, does videos on them. I haven't done a video on it yet. See, the thing is, I didn't think I was getting this crate. It's from, like, last month or something. I thought I signed up too late for the crate, so when it arrived, I realized, oh shit, I have no plans for this, so I wasn't able to actually do anything. And the fact that I opened it today and it had Robotnik stuff in it is just a coincidence. I didn't know that until, you know, after I'd already recorded a bunch of Sonic Adventure 2. The next Loot Crate I get, though, I'll do some big video on it, and I think that'll be a lot of fun. Okay, so the Ubisoft story. I'm gonna tell you the Ubisoft story, then we'll go into the segment where I talk about my recommended channel of the week. Oh man, this is a hell of one to recap. Okay. So, just to make sure we're on the same page, Ubisoft is a game publishing studio. They do, you know, the Assassin's Creed series, the Far Cry series, the Watch Dogs games, stuff like that. They're a pretty big publisher. They also own a service called Uplay, or Uplay. I think they want you to pronounce it Uplay, but it's spelled U-Play. Like, U as in the letter U. Anyway, it's supposed to be kind of like a competitor for Steam, but it only sells Ubisoft games, and it's notoriously buggy. Uplay has never worked very well. Really, it's not a good service. Well, it gave me some fucking problems this week. So I was sitting around thinking what I want to work on, and I thought, why don't I go back to Rainbow Six Siege? That game was really, really fun. Well, Rainbow Six Siege is an Ubisoft game, unfortunately, so I needed to boot up Uplay. Problem, I boot up Uplay and it says, you know, username and password. Okay, I type that in. Two-step authentication. I never set up two-step authentication on my Uplay account. I probably should have. I like to set that up, but I distinctly remember that I didn't know Uplay had two-step authentication, or else I would have set it up sooner. There's like two-step authentication. Put in your code now, and I'm like, I don't have the code. Uplay just put two-step authentication on my account for me. So I Google it. I Google how to solve that, and it brought me to an Uplay support forum, in which the fucking technician responded by saying, oh, if you'd like to turn off two-step authentication, log into your account on the website. So I go to log into my account on the website, and it asks me for my two-step authentication code. Good job! So I read more in the thread because other people brought up that point too, and all the technician could say on the official support forum for Uplay is, contact our support Twitter or support Facebook. Apparently their support Twitter and their support Facebook are significantly better than their support forum, so I shoot off a direct message to their support Twitter to see if I can get any help on it. And by the way, I did miss one step here. I want to point out, before I even tried to log in to do the whole two-step authentication thing, two problems happened. One, I open Uplay, it needs to update, and it immediately fails the update, so I tell it to retry the update. Second time I do the update, blue screens my computer. Third time it worked, then I had the login issues. So a day passes, we're now at yesterday, and I look at the support Twitter again, and they got time to tweet other people and to promote their games and stuff. Oh, but they don't have time to help me, so they're tweeting a bunch of people, so I tweet them again, and I just say, hey, here's the problem I'm getting, I DM'd you, but I never heard back. And they respond with their stock copy-paste message of, hey, DM us and tell us more, and I said, I already did, but I'll do it again, so I literally copied and pasted the same message, and they did their I don't think they listen to you very well on there. That's just kind of their stock messages they send, where, you know, he says like first name, last name, username, and then he has to like PSN and stuff, and he wants a CD key of a game. And I just point out, like, okay, the PSN code, I'm on PC. This has been PC from the beginning. I'm talking about it blue screening my computer. And CD key, how am I supposed to give you a CD key of a registered product on my account if I can't sign into my account? Which is how I know that whole thing's copy and paste. What I did to prove that I own that account is I simply said, hey, I've let's played like 4 of your games on my show. Like, here's Far Cry 3, Far Cry 4, I did a bit of Assassin's Creed Unity, which I got with a NVIDIA game code I got with a graphics card, so you could check to see I didn't pay for that on my account, I got through a game card. You can literally cross-reference the footage on my Let's Play channel with when I got achievements on screen to prove that I owned that account. And luckily I got a good support guy at that point who saw that and immediately was like, yeah, you definitely own this account, can you just send me your IP address? And I knew something was off when he was asking for my IP address because he totally doesn't need that to prove that I'm me. I send him my IP address and he said, okay, I've sent the account back into your name and everything, but we highly recommend you change your password. You know where this is going already, don't you? So I sign back into my account, and lo and behold, my username is suddenly Kizonastra_RUS. It's a Russian hacker. Of course it's a fucking Russian hacker, because I hear non-stop jokes as well as horror stories about how ever since Uplay started, and especially since Rainbow Six Siege came out, their entire service is waylaid by Russian hackers. So I DM'd the guy back and I said, seriously, Uplay is still having issues with Russian hackers? Ubisoft has gotta fix this. Like, this is ridiculous. And the support guy just responded by saying, like, I know, I'm really sorry for this inconvenience. If it makes you feel any better, the guy hasn't made any purchases on your account. Of course that doesn't make me feel any better. I wish the guy made purchases on my account because then I'd have free games. Instead, all the guy did was play 26 hours of PvP in Rainbow Six Siege and get a 0-win, 31 losses record. Now, how the hell someone plays 26 hours of PvP in a game and only goes through 31 matches, I don't know, and how he manages to lose every single one, I don't know, but at least he unlocked some stuff in Rainbow Six Siege for me, so I guess I've got that going for me. And the best part is, on top of all of that, when I booted up the game, it had a 30 gigabyte update for Rainbow Six Siege. And then halfway through it blue screened my computer. And then I restarted and opened it again, and then it was a 32 gigabyte patch, and then it blue screened my computer. And then I turned the computer back on again, and I DM'd the guy again. I told him my issue, and he said, try opening Uplay as admin. I do that, and all of a sudden, it's a 64 gigabyte patch, and I just say to him, is it possible that every time it's blue screening, it's deleting game data and it needs to download more? And he said, I've never heard of that happening, but it's not completely impossible. If it lets you download it this time, just verify the game cache and see if that does anything. And that time, for whatever reason, it just downloaded fine. There must have been like corrupted files in it or something. But all I'm saying is this week, Uplay in one way or another blue screened my computer 4 or 5 times and wasted an enormous amount of my own time. So that's my Uplay story. It almost feels like they're trying to get revenge on me on how I've been shitting on their games for years and how I boycotted them for a long time because they were putting out such horrible quality products, just one after another. It was, oh god, what was it? Like Far Cry 4, Assassin's Creed Unity, and Watch Dogs. 3 bad games in a row. Like Far Cry 4 at least was fun to dick around in, but the story was fucking dumb and repetitive. Oh my god, I boycotted them for a while because of that, and the only reason I played Rainbow Six Siege is because it was a gift. To this day, I refuse to spend money on Ubisoft until they make 3 good games in a row. So, like, Jesus Christ, it's not even that I just didn't like the games, because there are aspects I liked, it's that they're buggy as fuck. Until they get on top of giving people quality products, boycott. I'm not spending a dime, I'll play the games if they're free for me. But that's enough about my bitching about Uplay. Now on to the YouTuber of the week that I recommend, and it's actually 2, kind of. I'm recommending The Wolf Den, run by Bob Wolf and Will Wolf, 2 brothers. They have an awesome show over on YouTube, where on Tuesdays, Bob will do a video about video games. On Wednesday, Will do a video about comic books. Later that night on Wednesday, they both do a live stream together, kind of like a 1-hour-ish Q&A, hunting for game news kind of thing. And then that gets uploaded on the channel on Thursday. And sometimes on Wednesday nights, Bob will go on his Twitch stream and you get to watch him draw the thumbnail live, which is really fun. The video that I've had playing that you can click on to go to their channel is Bob talking about the new designs for Pokemon in Sun and Moon. I found this absolutely fascinating as someone who's been, you know, grew up with Pokemon, really loved Pokemon, but hasn't really been paying much attention the last 5 or so years. Seeing him talk about all these designs and from an artist perspective, I find really fascinating. So if you want to check out another channel this week, that's the one I recommend. Again, all of this week's main videos are uploading at 1 p.m. Eastern time for this week, and I gotta get back to work, so until next time, have a nice day.